Trying to highlight more on this relationship or welfare that goes out, or treatment, so to better put, treatment for officers and men, is what we also highlighted just yesterday. We had retired Flight Lieutenant Terry Ajobina. We were talking about the way and manner some of these people are treated, and what also comes to mind is the fallen heroes. And we feel that that some of them should be given some kind of honor, even on a daily basis, because men and women are being killed in the line of battle almost on a weekly basis. Do you think we're doing enough? Because what we see in the papers sometimes are cases of officers and men missing, and some found. Back and forth the news goes that no, it's true, no, it's not. How does it sit well with the families of some of these men and women that have paid the ultimate price?
I think the area where the armed forces should work harder on is on the management of information. There have been conflict of reports about, well, people being killed, people not being killed, that kind of thing. There's supposed to be a coordinated flow of information to the public from what is happening in the military. But now you have a command, the Air Force is doing its own, the Army is doing its own, the Navy is doing its own. Those of us who have served, we used to wonder, what is going on here? It should be just one command structure. Everybody comes through that pipe, and then you deliver, so that it be clear to the public. When you have conflicting reports, it sort of destroys the cohesion of the military itself. I hope the new regime will take care of this and amend all the mistakes that have been made so far. Some of us who are even talking to them, we used to mention these things. But it's left for you on the seat to actually execute that advice or not. Because we are no longer in service now, we can only provide advice. And if you remember, when you talk about the insubordination thing, I don't want to be personal here. You might have heard about my story. Is what is happening. If now people have to stand up and question the authority. When you are giving unlawful orders, you question it. That makes for a better country, it makes for a better military. And in my case, I think that's what I did. Talking about heroes again, I will point out somebody like Gerard Adekunle. See how he was treated until he died before some of the military senior officers came to his burial. When he was suffering all the year around, nobody attended to him. And it's not an isolated case. We have so many like that.
And now we're moving towards January 15th, which is a yearly event remembering some of these great veterans. And quite frankly, we have seen some young people, because if you go back to 1988 when you left service, you were quite young. And yes, now today we're seeing quite young persons, retired Captain Umar Aliyu, Flight Lieutenant Terry Ajobina, young persons live in the military. And people are asking, what exactly is happening? How do we treat our ex-servicemen after, when they leave service? Is another thing that we should also be looking at.
Yes, I think you hit the nail on the head. Up to this point in time, nothing to write home about, the way people are being treated, are being pushed out of the military and that kind of thing, is what this government is supposed to look into. There are some gray areas there that is very difficult for somebody who has now been in uniform to actually understand. But incidentally, we have a commander-in-chief, a president who has worn the uniform before, who was in the system, so he should be able to determine what exactly will make the situation better. I think the box stops on his desk.
Is there a window whereby some of the ex-servicemen are, can be reached so that they can also contribute in the prosecution of this war against terror?
Unfortunately, I will talk about the officers' club now, quote unquote, retired officers' club. All what they've been doing is chasing after how to, how to harmonize the payment and that kind of thing. These are jobs for the government. It's not been very effective. It's unlike, they call it right now, unlike what you have in the armed forces of the United States and the British, system. When you retire, you join the club, they are very, very effective. But in Nigeria here, not much is being done.
Why is there not much being done? Because at the end of it, we hear of retired military men slumping at where they're doing verifications and all that. Why is it that the officers' club is not doing that much as they should?
Well, that's why I say the boss stops on the desk of the president now. He knows why. He should know why. If you ask him, he should know. Because some of these, can you believe there are retired generals who are tenants? Generals in the army now, who have retired, who are tenants, who don't have homes of their own. And when you, to the outside public, when you hear of a general, you think, oh, that's somebody who has got to a point in time in life that he should be at least a bit comfortable. Not to even talk of junior officers. So you see all kinds of things happening in the armed forces. It's a long way. It's a long way, and I hope. Another thing I will suggest to the president here, I've said it to the different fora that I've attended. The military itself should be looked into all the past activities. Yes, I'm able to say here that we are not so innocent. The whole thing should cut across the board, probe everything. Let's see those who have, and that's why I'm not surprised about this thing happening to the ex-NSA. There shouldn't be any sacred cow. If he's taken to court and is found out not guilty, then let him off. But all these excuses about being sick where you are, and it's becoming a practice in Nigeria. For those who have money, by the time you are arrested and charged before the court, the next thing is that malaria strikes you. And then the next thing is that there's no hospital to treat malaria in Nigeria. You have to go to Scandinavia to treat it. All these things has to stop if we really want to get results of what we have tried to do by voting this government in.
Before we leave, what would you be saying about joining the military? Is it still an interesting profession for young Nigerians to look toward?
Quite honestly, all over the world, military is a very noble profession. By the time some of us who are surviving today, is some of the things we have gathered, we have learned about in the military that is making us survive. When you get into the military, it's a profession that tells you, that teaches you something about everything in life. Everything. When you join the military, it teaches you about being a mechanic, about being a laborer, about your condition from falling from an MD to become a peasant. And you adjust yourself. And it teaches you to become a peasant. From a peasant, you rise to the presidency. You still manage the place very well. It's a very noble profession. I will advocate people who want to join the army, but a lot of reform has to be carried out.
We'll stay on that reform of the Nigerian military. Retired Major Debo Bashiru, thank you for coming today.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been a great moment here on Sunrise Daily. That's where we say many thanks for being such a nice company on the program today. Tomorrow is another day. We'll be here and see what it brings us. Don't forget that the PPMC has said do not panic buy. Let's see what they can do in terms of petroleum products between now and the weekend. And if it doesn't go away, definitely rest assured that we'll be bringing them back again to explain what exactly has gone wrong. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
And I'm Nel Tagbe. Go out there and be a better you.